All right, and here we are tonight over at Mountain View against Marana. The game has been switched from Marana over to Mountain View due to some of the field issues and conditions over at the school not being quite finalized. So we have the programs being switched over here. The game's kicked off, and currently Marana has the ball.
So early on, we're going to get a penalty on the return, which is going to push Marana back 10 yards.
After the penalty, the ball was spotted at the 18-yard line. First down, Tigers.
So Marana's going to start the night off with a pass as number 5, Jason Wood's going to connect with number 0, Jackson Brown.
Pass completed, number 0, Jackson Brown. Penalty flag on the field.
As we have another flag on the play.
Penalty flag is holding on the Tigers.
And that flag will be on the Tigers. So early on, 2 penalties for Miranda to start things off.
After the penalty, the ball was spotted at the 15-yard line. Replay, first down.
So first and 15 as we have a receiver in motion, and there'll be a run by Miranda, who's dragged down for a couple-yard gain.
Number 23, Elijah Luna.
And that'll be number 23, Elijah Luna, on the run. So coming into this game, you have Mountain View, who's 0-3, and Marana, who's 1-2. Both teams have played some very great competition so far to start the year off. What are you expecting here tonight, especially with the injuries from Mountain View? As it looks like Luna catches a pass from Wood and is going to pick up about 5 or 6 on the game.
I think it puts Mountain View obviously at a real big disadvantage. Obviously, with having not just your starter going down, but the following one behind that, especially coming up to such a strong offensive situation such as Marana typically has as well. So I think that the offense totally is going to go strong side towards Marana. Going to put a lot on the Mountain View defensive side of the ball.
So on a 3rd and 10, we have a low snap, but Wood's able to pick up the ball and complete the pass. But it looks like Mountain View is going to have them about 1 yard short of the first down. So a rough start for Marana, having a couple of penalties right out of the gate and almost a botched snap there. But it does look like they are going to be going for it on 4th down here. So a big risk early on for Marana.
And I think they're almost saying like, hey, look, we know that we're going to be able to do this tonight, and almost challenge them to bring their offense back out on the field from around Mountain View for the first time.
And so Luna's going to have enough to pick up a Marana first down. And these two teams played each other last year, and Marana took home the victory 37-21, as Wood is going to connect with another receiver, as that looks like it's number 2, Dermaine Lennon, and it's going to be another Marana first down. And so in those games, that was Marana's 2nd straight win over Mountain View, and in the previous 6, Mountain View had won 6 straight.
Well, I think what people don't understand or realize is how big of a game the boot is actually here in the Marana School District. This is the Marana School District head-to-head kind of thing. And as you can see with the crowd and also on both sides of the field and even standing around, this is a big game to these guys.
Despite what the records are, correct?
Exactly.
And so for Marana, you got the quarterback, Jason Wood, who had a great day, and he threw for 298 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, and also rushed for 40 and a touchdown. So look to him to be a big part of this offense for the Tigers. As number 7, Taylor is going to get the handoff and gain a couple on the play, and it's going to bring up another Tigers 3rd down. So Wood's going to drop back and try to throw the ball and connect with number 2, Jermaine Lennon Jr., and it's going to be an incomplete pass and another 4th down for Marana. And you got to expect that they're going to be going for it on 4th down here. So on the 4th down play, you're going to have a twins to the right. 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side, as Wood's going to drop back again and find number 6, Dominic Salido, for a Tigers 1st down. You got to admire the poise of Wood right there in the pocket. Seems like he hasn't been phased so far at the start of this game, especially going for it on 4th down twice now.
No, you got to respect that he's able to turn these misfortunes into something memorable.
So another handoff for the Tigers, as that's going to be Elijah Luna on the run and pick up a gain of 2.
Tackled by number 40, Jason Poe. Assisted by number 8, Elijah Payne. 2 yards gain on the play, 2nd down.
You're going to have motion out of the backfield as Wood is going to look for number 6, Dominic Salido, but he's unable to bring the ball in, and it's going to bring up for the first time tonight a 3rd and long for the Tigers.
I mean, one of the good things I've seen about Marana is their quarterback sees the wide receivers so well that, I mean, granted, to have a tool like Desmond on the team, Roebuck, is one thing, but to have so many things to throw it to.
And Wood is going to look for another receiver. Looks like Salido again, but just sails it over his head. And now we have a 4th and 8, and it looks like Marana may send out their special teams unit. And it looks like it's going to be their punting unit to try to pin Mountain View back inside the red zone.
We haven't seen a lot of punting when it comes to 4th, especially on this side of the 50-yard line. So definitely a lot of respect and belief in their kicker here. Okay.
So it's going to be a little pooch punt that's going to sail out of bounds, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Mountain View at their own 14-yard line. You're going to get a breakaway play from Mountain View on the first play of the game, as it's going to be number 17, Justin Holgan. And what a way to start the game for the Mountain Lions here, as he got a big rush up the middle. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 15 for Mountain View, as you got a receiver in motion, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper and maybe a loss on the play. So Hogan's going to hand off to the running back, and he's going to pick up a good gain of about 8 or 9 on the play. As that's going to be number 33, Nicholas Horrocks. And that was one of your featured guys that you said to keep an eye on when it comes to Mountain View, especially with the loss of quarterback Howell, who unfortunately tore his ACL and ended his senior season. And you're going to have Hogan, who's going to have enough to get in for a Mountain Lions touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
And just like that, the Mountain Lions are on the board with 6:47 here in the first quarter. And what a great drive if you are the Mountain Lions, and kind of setting the tone. Now, do you think that having the game switched, we had talked about Marana's turf, getting damaged through that big storm that they had about a few weeks ago. Is that something, that can turn things, especially when you have Mountain View now playing at their home field?
Well, I think obviously home field advantage always gives somebody the privilege. I mean, that's why we always talk about it. Why is home field advantage so well? Because you got that crowd behind you, the energy's behind you. This is our house kind of thing. And so I can see it having a good advantage to it. But on top of that, it's also having that one break play that they had to get them down the field from that which could actually have been a detrimental kind of position. To get downfield and feel good about yourself, building that confidence, that helps a lot too as well.
And the field goal is going to be up and good by number 18, Ramon de la Lucia. And so you got to be happy if you're the Mountain Lions now, and to kind of take a quick look, they unfortunately have lost 3 games, a close one to Gilbert, 27-21. Of course, you got to play a powerful 5A team in Horizon, which they lost 52-0. And then they traveled down to Sunrise Mountain last week, losing 53-14.
And, that's actually one thing that Matt Johnson does year after year, the head coach here. He loves to go out there and get those strong games to test his kids out. He's like, hey, look, I want to play the best. Every year he's like, I want to play the best. And sometimes what's happened even in the past is that you'll see Mountain View go like 0-5. Right out the gate, and then just come down and shut it down when they come down here, because he loves those non-region strong games.
And so Wood is going to complete a pass, and the receiver is going to pick up a good gain of about 20 yards. As it looks like it's number 1, Desmond Roebuck, and that's your guy right there for Marana, who's had a big day last week. I believe he had 14 receptions for 200 yards and 1 touchdown. So definitely a guy who can help the quarterback spread the field out there.
I'll tell you what, if any game plans were happening this week at Mountain View, is how to watch Des, when he gets on the field. Roebuck is a force to be reckoned with, and it's good to kind of see how he's still able to maneuver around, but at the same time, Mountain View's got to be looking for that number.
And so it's going to be a penalty on Marana, false start, as number 7, Andres Taylor, is going to get the handoff and look like he's about maybe a yard or 2 short of the original line of scrimmage. So some early penalties for Marana, which is kind of uncharacteristic, as they're a team that also had a tough start to their schedule. They had to go down and play South Point and lost 35-14. But went and played at Tucson, winning 43-7, and then eventually losing a close one to Higley, 29-24, as Wood is going to find another receiver, and that's going to be Dominic Salido, and it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 3.
and like we're seeing, he gets that ball out. He sees the field. He knows, all right, I'm going to take what this defense has given me, and he just, boom, gets it right there.
So we have a stop in the action, and it's another penalty on the Tigers as it's going to be a false start. So not something you're wanting if you're Marana, especially with the great drives that you're having going, and they're kind of getting killed early on by penalties. So a 3rd and 9 on the play. Wood's going to drop back, and he's going to get wrapped up and sacked by the Mountain Lions defender.
Wow.
As that looks like it's number 58, Eli Holgan. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and another punt from Marana. And you're going to have number 2, Gavin Lindsay, who's going to be back returning for the Mountain Lions here. And we got another false start on Marana, so it's going to push them another 5 yards back.
I mean, what a kind of lopsided moment when we came into this game thinking that Marana was just going to be, you know, this big power horse, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, Mountain View ain't going to sleep and roll over tonight easy. So it's like that.
And that's always what we talk about when it comes to rivalry games, as the ball is going to bounce and be downed at the Mountain Lions 38-yard line, is that no matter what the records are between rivals, you could throw those out the door, and you know both teams are going to try their hardest to bring the best out in each other, and it's always a game that can go down to the wire. So you can't come in here, even though Mountain View has lost quite a lot of players this year, you can't overlook them, and it's noted early on by how their offense just drive down and scored.
Oh, absolutely. And I think if I'm Mountain View and I'm looking at this game, we got to strike now, because you don't know how deep they're going to be able to go. How far will these guys be able to go in the quarters throughout the game? So the more they can pound it now, let's get the scores up and try to defend that.
And so you're going to get a rush from the Mountain Lions, and they may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
No yards gain on the play, 2nd down.
You got a receiver in motion there, and another handoff as the runner's going to look to pick up about 5 on the play. That's number 33, Nicholas Horrocks. Am I pronouncing that last name correct?
I'm going to go with you.
Horrocks, okay.
I mean, if not, we can beg for our forgiveness later, right?
So it will be a 3rd and 4 for the Mountain Lions. And we got another handoff.
Wow. They're moving the ball really good. They're seeing, like, the running back is definitely seeing the holes, finding out where he can get through, and actually using that lead block really well.
And so a 1st down for the Mountain Lions, as Horrocks has to love what his line is giving him and allowing him to find the holes here early on, as he's going to get the ball a 3rd straight time and pick up a yard on the play as he's tackled down by a group of Tigers.
1 yard gain on the play, 2nd down.
But I know our cameraman Loopy has to feel some type of way when it comes to he's a uniform guy. He has to feel some type of way when he's looking at the Marana Tigers uniforms, especially in that blue and white.
Just pops off. You can read it. Easy to read the numbers.
And that's going to be a carry by Diego Gomez, who's going to lose 2 on the play and bring up a 3rd and long for Mountain View with just under 1:45 left here in the 1st. And we'll see, 2 quarterbacks down. You got your 3rd stringer in there. Will they allow him to throw the ball downfield? This might be an opportunity to see what he got, as he's going to keep the ball and make a great move and almost have enough to pick up the first down. I think he's about 3 yards short.
Well, you bring up a great point. Like, will they free him up and let him throw the ball? But the other thing becomes, like, not only will they let him throw the ball, if I'm Marana, I'm starting to go, okay, look, this guy's really looking at these holes getting through these blocks and stuff. Maybe we put more people in the box to prevent the run game and force them to kind of throw the ball. That might be a situation here as well.
And so you got number 10, Jeremy Ayers, who's in at the quarterback position, and it looks like he's going to keep the ball and get wrapped up by the Tigers, so that will be a turnover on downs, as that's going to be a tackle by number 11, Greg Webb, for Marana, And now Marana is going to be able to start the ball on their own 45 with some great field position. And let's see if that offense can get things going and hopefully not be able to have anything negated by penalties on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marana kind of got to put their little stinger in there and say, hey, we're not going away tonight. We're going to be right here. I mean, it would just be a great thing for Mountain View to do another, like a 3 and out or something right here.
So number 1, Desmond Roebuck's going to get the carry on a jet sweep, and he's going to pick up about 6 on the play. So a good little run right there by Marana, and they're going to pick up the pace a little bit with the no huddle, as they got 3 wide receivers to the right, and Wood's going to roll to his right and try to find a receiver, and he's just going to slide down, and it's going to be a sack by number 24. But that'll be Cray Lefevre. And so another Marana 3rd down. So we got a timeout by Marana with 11.9 here in the first.
And let's just come right back.
Do you have a football player that's afraid of getting hit? How about a baseball player that's in a slump? Or how about just wanting to tweak your golf game just a little bit more? At Hypnosis Works LLC, we've been helping athletes overcome obstacles and tweak their focus for the last 8 years. Call us now for your free consultation, 520-465-7457.
Hey you, we've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here, you're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only.
So welcome back. We got a 3rd and 7 for Marana with just under 12 seconds, as Wood is going to complete a pass, and the Mountain View defender is going to throw him forward for a first down, as that's number 23, Elijah Luna, on the reception. So a good drive for Marana right there to get a first down. No penalties so far, but that's going to do it for the first quarter here at Mountain View High School, as it's the Mountain Lions 7, Tigers 0, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter.
ScoreStream brings the excitement of high school sports directly to your phone and computer. Join our fan-driven network where you can score games, cheer with other fans, and share your favorite photos and videos from every game. Create epic highlights and help your favorite team be seen on local and national media. Become a super fan and have an incredible season with ScoreStream.
Hey you, we've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here, you're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
All right, and we are back at Mountain View High School here at Wayne Jones Field for the start of the second quarter, as the Mountain Lions have struck first, leading 7-0 over the Tigers. And it was an interesting start right there in the first quarter. You had a big run by Mountain View, and that was number 17, Justin Hogan. And then they were able to punch it in while Marana had some good drives going, completed a couple of fourth downs, but seemed like their penalties kind of cost them there, as Wood is going to connect to Roebuck, who's going to have lots of room and take the ball inside the 15-yard line.
Let's call him real estate.
For a Tigers first down.
Let's call him real estate Roebuck.
Now, I'm interested to see what his yak yards are going to be after this game. The yards after catch is because he's getting a lot of open room to kind of pick up a lot of the extra yards for his team here. As Wood is going to hand the ball off, and it's going to be a big hit by the Mountain Lions defender, and that's number 42, Malachi Jones. And on the play, it's going to be a gain of 2, so a 2nd and 8 for Marana as the running back goes in motion, and Wood's going to hit the receiver across the middle, and that's going to be number 6, Dominic Salido, and it is enough for a Marana first down, as now they are on the 2-yard line. And that was number 53, Julian Sanchez, on the tackle. And before we get to start this play, you get a false start on Marana, which is going to push them 5 yards back.
Right. Now, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, because one thing I've seen a lot with Woods right now is those sweep plays. That's what they've been getting all these yards off of, is with Roebucks, and also the one that just got him into this area. There's a sweep play coming through, and it's just a little lob right there, which opens up both the run and passing game by moving back a little bit.
Well, we'll see what the call is here on first down, as Woods going to look over to his sideline to get the play. We have a 4 wide receiver set with Taylor in the backfield. And Wood's going to drop back, and he's going to fumble the ball on the play. And we'll see where the recovery, and that is a Mountain Lions recovery, as I believe that was number 53, Julian Sanchez, on the play, who came unblocked and knocked the ball out of Woods' hands. So big plays by the Mountain Lions here in the first half. And you talked about losing, that penalty. Instead of starting first and 2, you got to get pushed back. And yes, the options do become more available, but I think you would rather hand the ball off and punch it in the end zone there from 2 yards out. But either way it goes, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Mountain View on their own 10-yard line. As you got number 2, Gavin Lindsay, on the carry, and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. And we definitely got to always point out that the quarterback situation for Mountain View is you haven't seen them throw a pass yet.
Right.
So I wonder how many that they'll have on that, as we're going to get a an illegal substitution on Mountain View, so that's going to push them back a little bit.
Well, I don't think you want to go that direction.
Definitely not, especially after a big turnover.
Well, and also knowing that you have a running game.
So it's going to be a handoff. Looks to be number 33, and that'll be Horrocks. And I think he may be on the 1-yard line, as he lost another few yards there.
but you're seeing that concern of that safety. When you don't have a passing game and your running game is all that you're doing right now, I know they're loading that box up.
So it'll be a 3rd and 18 for the Mountain Lions here, as you're going to have a quarterback keeper, and he has to stay out of the end zone, but he's going to get on the edge and get a big run, as that is number 11, Damian Wallace, on the play. And what a great edge. What a great run to the edge. I thought he was going to be tackled by a couple of Marana defenders there, but he had enough speed to hit the corner and get upfield, as that's going to be about a 30 to 35-yard gain for the Mountain Lions.
I was right there with you. I thought it might have been a safety going. I mean, it was hard to see him getting out of there.
So Horrocks is going to get the handoff, and it's going to be a run up the middle for a gain of 4 yards. As we are coming under 9 minutes. So you're seeing a lot of different quarterbacks come into play here tonight for the Mountain Lions, as I believe that's their 3rd different quarterback here already tonight. And it's going to probably be a game where we saw like Poston Butte, who loves to run the ball, and they're going to live or die on it and allow their defense to help make some plays, as it's going to be the first pass of the night for the Mountain Lions. And they got some running room, as that's number 25, Jaden Rivera, and he's going to take it all the way for a Mountain Lions touchdown. 60-yard pass by number 11, Damian Wallace, to number 25, Jaden Rivera. And we have an illegal block in the back on the play, but the first down will stand for the Mountain Lions. And it's just a heartbreaking situation if you are the Mountain Lions. You know, without a quarterback, you attempt your first pass and it goes for a touchdown, just to be negated by penalties.
And I bet he was the happiest person in the field or in the Coliseum right now, saying like, I don't think I was even going to get a pass tonight. Here we go.
So on the gain, it would be a gain of 20 yards for the Mountain Lions, as you see the displeasure from the Mountain Lions fans here. And so Wallace is going to get the ball, and he's going to lose almost 4 yards on the play. And that's going to be a tackle by number 55, Alfonso Lozoya. So Horrocks is going to get the handoff and get a gain of 2. So a 3rd and 11 for Mountain View here. So the quarterback will keep the ball again and run up the middle, try to make something. He's going to be brought down by a few Tiger players, as I seen number 2, Jermaine Lennon Jr. on the tackle. And it's going to be a 4th down for the Mountain Lions, but we have an injured player on the play. So we will take a little break and be back.
ScoreStream brings the excitement of high school sports directly to your phone and computer. Join our fan-driven network, where you can score games, cheer with other fans, and share your favorite photos and videos from every game. Create epic highlights and help your favorite team be seen on local and national media. Become a super fan and have an incredible season with ScoreStream.
Hey you, we've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son, we're here, you're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
All right, we are back here with a 4th and 9 for the Mountain Lions, who have sent out the punt unit, as it's going to be 25, Jaden Rivera on the punt. He's going to get a good one away, as that ball is going to roll out, and it's going to be a first down for the Tigers at the 4-yard line. So great pump by Rivera. But you got to not be satisfied if you're Mountain View right now after scoring a touchdown and having it called back on a penalty, and now you have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, it's got to be hard, but at the same time, you also got to sit there and go, our defense is doing really good right now. So let's support them. Like, hey, look, they put them down here in great field position when it comes to Mountain View. I mean, it's a lot of real estate for Marana to have to cover, but they're also a team that'll come get it.
So Wood's going to drop back, and it's going to be a pass. Looks like a little screen to the wide receiver, as that's going to be Desmond Roebuck on the reception for a gain of 5 yards. So Wood will hand the ball off to number 23, Elijah Luna, on the play. And it might be enough for, yes, it will be a Tigers first down. So even though they were pinned way back at their own 4-yard line to start the drive, a couple plays later they get a first down.
Now they can start opening up that playbook.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers with under 6:30 here in the second. As Wood's going to drop back, and he's going to try to run up the middle, but be brought down by a couple of Mountain View players, as that's going to be number 24, Cray Lefevre. So it'll be a 2nd and 10, as we got 3 wide receivers to the right. And Wood's going to drop back and hit Roebuck again, who's going to make some great moves and have an opening down the Marana sideline, as he's going to be brought out across the 45, maybe to the 47-yard line, and that's going to be another Tigers first down.
You'd like to see him secure that ball a little bit better. He was running with it kind of freely out on the open hand. You'd like to see him kind of tuck it in a little bit more. But, I mean, obviously he's such an elusive runner, so it's really nice to, I mean, give him an inch, he's going to take a yard or several.
And he has some great agility, you know, some great jukes there to kind of keep the play alive, as Wood's going to have a screen downfield and complete it to the open receiver, who's going to break away. And I do not see any flags on the play, as that's going to be a completion to number 4, Jalen Collins, and that's going to be a Tigers touchdown. So a big strike for Marana, as now they are 1 point away from tying this ball game with 5:29 here in the second. And it's just those, it was nothing very special when it came to the drive for Marana, but you know, those little screens to the wide receivers, you get the ball in their hands and they're going to take the care of the rest for it, you know, for QB1 Wood, as the field goes up and it's good. So now we are deadlocked at 7 with 5:29 here in the second.
Well, it's those high percentage passes that, you know, you want to just look at real quick and just kind of, oh, okay, cool, let me just dump it off. But let's go ahead and look at, hey, it's something that's coming up, which is some of the regions here. And obviously, as we come in, Marana's currently ranked 41st in the state. And so they're ranked the highest in their region. Obviously, as you can see, the win-losses are kind of hurting them, but that's going to obviously change as we get further in the season. Also, another thing that we can look at is Sonoran. The Sonoran standards is looking good as well for, and Mountain View, once again, like we said, they come out with those strong games at the very beginning. They'll do successfully well, probably in the back end quite well there as well.
And that 5A Sonoran region definitely looks like it's open, as you got some good teams that are making some surprising moves. You got Maricopa in there as well. You got Tucson playing some good ball. Ironwood Ridge is getting back to the Ironwood Ridge of old. So it's going to be a fun region play for the 5A Sonoran region as we get into the second half of the season here in a few weeks.
You're seeing a lot of, with the regions kind of set up they are right now, you're seeing a lot of like competitive football week after week. So it's really nice to kind of sit back and see that.
And so the kickoff, the receiver will take it at the 3-yard line and get out to almost the 25-yard line. As that was number 2, Gavin Lindsay, on the return. So if you're Mountain View here, what is the objective this time? You know, you had a great play on your last drive get called back due to a block in the back. Would you like to see them air it out a little bit more or stick to that run game?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I know the run game's probably going to be your strong thing to go to right now, obviously with the youth in the backfield, but you still don't want to get away from that passing, especially with Marana not expecting you to do it. So it opens up, and because you can actually see, if you're looking at Marana sometimes, they're doing a no back. They're like zero formation, like almost man-to-man up on the line. So it's kind of, you know, if you might be, yeah, it's almost like, go ahead, try it.
So Horrocks is going to have that carry and got maybe back to the line of scrimmage as you got another big run by number 17, Justin Hogan, and he's going to take it for a Mountain Lions touchdown. And just like that, the Mountain Lions strike again as Hogan at the quarterback position has struck for 2 Mountain Lion touchdowns early on here in the first half.
Well, you know what's interesting is, like I was just saying, how they were doing like a zero back, like a cover zero, right? Which is interesting because the moment he can actually get out of that box and get past there, there's nobody there, and you're playing catch up trying to chase him down. So, hey, you can live and die by playing that.
And so with 4:45 left to play here in the half, it is now 14 Mountain Lions, 7 for the Tigers. And, you know, coming up here at the half, we're going to try to log down some of the scores that are going on around not only Southern Arizona, but Pinal County as well. And, you know, it's obviously unfortunate that we didn't get to live stream this game right here. I mean, it's already starting out to be a beautiful game. You know, we are recording it, so we will be uploading it here later tonight. But, you know, for the Mountain View fans and the Marana fans to go back and watch this game, it's turning into an instant classic already here in the first half.
And almost you kind of want to sit there and go, well, you should have been here to see it live anyways.
So the kick is off, and it's going to be returned by number 0, Jackson Brown, as he's going to get a little bit of room and take the ball across the 30-yard line. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for Marana at about the 31-yard line.
So let me ask you, how important was that last score?
I think it's very important if you're Mountain View. You know, you are limited on what you can do offensively. So, you know, to be able to strike at any given time, it's great, especially if you're going to want to hang around with that high-powered offense from Marana. As you see another little pass from Wood, that's going to be enough for a first down. And so that's going to be good enough for a Tigers first down. But I think here, you know, you just have to hope your defense can hold on. They've been doing good for the first few drives, stopping Marana, causing not only a turnover on downs, but even a fumble, you know, that was recovered, and Mountain View was able to drive downfield.
Well, and I think also what's important, too, is to keep the morale of the sideline up. So, like, coming into this game, Marana is so high favored that everything you can do right now as Mountain View is just keeping that morale going.
And Wood's going to connect with Luna, who's going to pick up 12 on the play, and it's going to be a first down for Marana with just under 4 minutes here remaining in the first half. So Luna's going to get the handoff and be taken down by a couple of Mountain View defenders, as it looks like that is number 28, Eros Montaño.
Brought down by number 28, Eros Montaño, assisted by number 24, Green Lefevre.
And that'll be a gain of 1 on the play, so a 2nd and 9 for Marana. And if you're Marana here, you know, are you trying to take some time off the clock right here? I know that they got the ball to receive at the beginning of the game, you know, or do you want to try to strike as quickly as possible?
I think Marana just, like, they're high confidence. They can score at any minute. Like, you see them getting this big chunks of real estate just on simple plays. So I don't think that they're really worried about the clock as much right now, especially since the score is still real close. And I think they really want to strike before they get in on the half anyway.
Well, Wood is going to connect with Taylor on the play. Another little pass that you're talking about, but some good yards after the catch from the Tigers wide receivers, as it's another first down for Marana. So an empty set for the Tigers as Wood is going to connect to, looks like, number 6, Salido.
You just see his poise. He stands there like a monument for him, and it just kind of looks the field over and boink, hits those.
And it seems like that's been the factor when it comes to these Marana quarterbacks over the year. I know, what was the quarterback last year that graduated who had a big year for the Tigers? Do you remember his name?
You put me on the spot because I do know his name because he actually was injured.
Yeah, he got injured later on in the season, right? Or he got injured early on and
before the season. Yeah,
that's right.
And I know I'm sitting here like I feel horrible not knowing this kid's name, but the Borghese had ran through here before that. So yeah, they've always had a history of great quarterbacks.
And so Wood is going to complete the pass to Taylor again and pick up another Tigers first down, as now they are inside the 3-yard line. So we'll see what they decide to do here, as they got a 4 wide receiver set with 2:15 here in the second. And it's going to be a handoff to number 7, Taylor, and that is going to be a Tigers touchdown. So just like that, Marana answers back. With 2:12 remaining in the half. You just got to love their offense and just how quickly they are able to strike. So we'll see if the kicker can put it through the uprights to tie the ball game, as that's number 17, Tyson. And the kick is going to be up, and it's going to be good. So we have a tie ball game with 2:12 here remaining in the half. And we will be back for the remainder of this second quarter.
ScoreStream brings the excitement of high school sports directly to your phone and computer. Join our fan-driven network where you can score games, cheer with other fans, and share your favorite photos and videos from every game. Create epic highlights and help your favorite team be seen.
All right, so with 2:12 left here in the second, we are deadlocked. And man, this battle of the boot, this first 24 minutes here in the first half has been amazing.
Pause the game here. Let's call it a day.
So the kick is off as the ball is going to go sail into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 20 for the Mountain Lions. So right here, are you thinking the Mountain Lions might get a little aggressive here, or I mean, the run game has not been able to be stopped yet. How do you see the rest of these 2 minutes of going for Mountain View?
I think you just put the pedal and push the pedal all the way down. Let's see what we can get across the field here. I mean, keep the morale going and fighting all the way until you get into the locker room. Elijah Joplin, it actually was just provided to me by our guy Lupe. Elijah Joplin was last year's quarterback, and what an amazing guy he was.
And I knew that was he was making a lot of noise. I follow a lot of the Southern Arizona pages out here, and I would always see his name last year. So, but it's just always that development of quarterbacks on the Marana roster. Seems like every year. So you're going to get another run by Mountain View, and the runner maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage as they lost 1 yard on the previous play. And you got a Mountain Lion who is slow to get up. He's a little limpy, as I think that's number 18. So while the Mountain Lions tend to that injury, let's take a look at some of the previous games and the upcoming opponents for not only the Mountain Lions but the Tigers as well. Who would you like to start with?
Well, I think what you have is obviously everybody likes to talk highly about Marana down here. And who else do they like to talk highly about? CDO. Canyon del Oro, hands down, is one of those teams that just 4A been fighting for the past couple years, made it to the playoffs all the way down to the semifinals. I believe it was Snowflake who actually knocked them out. It's interesting to see that. That's going to be a huge game. I hear that they'll actually have the football field ready for over at Marana, so that'll be almost like the christening of the new field and stuff like that. And then obviously, we go over and get a little break from Marana, especially from all these Mountain View, from all these injuries that have recently happened and plagued them. So that'd be good for both of them.
And then after their bye, they will be hosting a Walden Grove. And so now we are ready for a little bit of action here with 1:28 left and a big 3rd and 10 for Mountain View as they have a receiver in motion. And we are going to get a false start on the Mountain Lions. So 3rd and 15, that's not what you want here coming into the final minutes, especially trying to give Marana the ball back. So I'm sure they're going to try to use up a lot of clock, but Marana still has 2 timeouts here in the quarter. But they have yet to take one, and the clock's going to run under a minute as Mountain View doesn't seem in any rush to snap the ball here, as they finally do, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle for no gain on the play, as now Marana is going to take a timeout here with 48.5 seconds left in the half. So going back to their schedule coming up, that Walden Grove game, I know that's a team that has kind of struggled right out of the gate. But, who would you say has the early advantage in that one between both teams? I know you love their quarterback down there at Walden Grove.
Well, I think you get into Gabe, and Gabe's he's just a dominant guy who will come through. Gabe Smith, he'll come in and he'll play. He reads the field really well, and he actually defeated them here at Mountain View. I was here last year watching that game in disbelief, because it's almost like Jacob taking on Goliath kind of thing. You normally don't hear Walden Grove coming into Mountain View and overcoming them like that. So I think it'll be really interesting to see and see how they actually perform, because Walden Grove, just like Mountain View, has actually been doing playing some strong teams as well.
So the punting unit is out for the Mountain Lions, as you have Desmond Roebuck back to return, and we're going to see what he can do when he gets the ball in his hands, as it looks like the referees are wanting a little bit more time added to the clock. So we had a couple seconds, and we now have 53 seconds exactly left here.
I think the big thing right now with your kicker is keep it away from Desmond. Keep it away from Roebuck. Try to maybe even like a rugby kind of punt kind of thing.
So the punt is away. It's a little bit short, but it gets a Mountain Lions bounce as it crosses the 50, and it's going to be down at the 47. So with 43.7 seconds and one timeout, we'll see if the Tigers can punch it in before the end of the half here.
And we've seen how quick they move the ball. So if they, I think you almost have to play maybe not a prevent kind of defense right now, but at least maybe give me like a cover 2 in the background just to make sure like we're not getting, and maybe fade back my linebackers just a little bit, so those slants that they're doing, those little crossover routes, you can kind of.
Those have been the big difference here in the second quarter is the receivers running those little routes but getting open, just as you see there, as Wood connects to number 23, Luna, who is going to be hit hard by number 53, Julian Sanchez. So a great hit and a great stop for Mountain View, as now the clock is ticking under 22 seconds. So we'll see how aggressive Marana ends up being here in this last 20 seconds, as Wood is going to get an opening up the middle, and he's going to get a little bit of a breakaway as he has one defender to beat, and he's going to take it in for a Tigers touchdown. So with 5.8 seconds here in the second, a big strike by Marana to take the lead into the half. And what a great run, turning nothing into something, and it turns out that something is a touchdown.
Like I was just talking about it, they can strike real quick. I mean, I was kind of liking where the ball from that punt actually landed. You'd think maybe they could get a couple of plays and maybe, still out of like field goal range or something like that. But, let it be Marana as they be and kind of get across like that.
So the kick is going to be up, and it's going to be good. So with 5.8 left here in the first half, it is now Marana 21, Mountain View 14. As now Marana gets their first lead of the night. So does that kill the momentum for Mountain View there? Or do you think that they've done good enough here in the first half to still be able to strike here in the second, or in the start of the third quarter?
I think you would have liked to gone into the half tied up, feeling like there's an achievement there. Obviously, you're not coming back on the field saying 0-0. You're actually got to go 0-7 or whatever the case might be when you're coming out on the field to start that second half. You don't want to be behind. Especially when you've had a couple things just kind of like pop in your direction and actually be like, hey, look, we're doing really good out here. But, I could still see the morale of Mountain View going into the locker room still up, because, I really don't think they even thought that maybe at some point in time, well, they probably did, but I don't think a lot of people, around town or whatnot who'd be watching this would expect them to be so close.
So let's see if in these last 5 seconds they try anything downfield to maybe have a kind of last-second Hail Mary to end the half, as it's going to be another handoff to number 33, Horrocks, who's going to be tackled down, and that's going to do it for the first half here at Wayne Jones Field. And at the half, it's Marana 21, Mountain View 14. And we will be back for the start of the second half.
Do you have a football player that's afraid of getting hit? How about a baseball player that's in a slump? Or how about just wanting to tweak your golf game just a little bit more? At Hypnosis Works LLC, we've been helping athletes overcome obstacles and tweak their focus for the last 8 years. Call us now for your free consultation, 520-465-7457.
Hey, you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
ScoreStream brings the excitement of high school sports directly to your phone and computer. Join our fan-driven network where you can score games, cheer with other fans, and share your favorite photos and videos from every game. Create epic highlights and help your favorite team be seen on local and national media. Become a super fan and have an incredible season with ScoreStream.
Hey, you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
Do you have a football player that's afraid of getting hit? How about a baseball player that's in a slump? Or how about just wanting to tweak your golf game just a little bit more? At Hypnosis Works LLC, we've been helping athletes overcome obstacles and tweak their focus for the last 8 years. Call us now for your free consultation, 520-465-7457.
Hey, you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
ScoreStream brings the excitement of high school sports directly to your phone and computer. Join our fan-driven network where you can score games, cheer with other fans, and share your favorite photos and videos from every game. Create epic highlights and help your favorite team be seen on local and national media. Become a super fan and have an incredible season with ScoreStream.
Hey, you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
ScoreStream brings the excitement of high school sports directly to your phone and computer. Join our fan-driven network where you can score games, cheer with other fans, and share your favorite photos and videos from every game. Create epic highlights and help your favorite team be seen on local and national media. Become a superfan and have an incredible season with ScoreStream.
Hey, you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
Do you have a football player that's afraid of getting hit? How about a baseball player that's in a slump? Or how about just wanting to tweak your golf game just a little bit more? At Hypnosis Works LLC, we've been helping athletes overcome obstacles and tweak their focus for the last 8 years. Call us now for your free consultation, 520-465-7457.
Hey, you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
All right, we are back for the start of the second half, and we had some good scores going on around not only Southern Arizona, Pinal County, but in the Phoenix areas as well, as there's some good battles going on here. But the biggest battle is right here for the Battle of the Boot.
That's right.
As Marana took a lead at the end of the second quarter, their first of the night, and now they start the second half with a 7-point lead, 21-14.
Well, and this is where you would really want to hope that Mountain View actually can strike back now that they're getting the ball. It's unfortunate that they weren't able to prevent Marana to getting that last score coming out and even everything out. But now it's nice to actually see, hey, let's get the ball. We're still in this. We're in this.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing is that they only attempted one pass there. And so we'll see what this second half has in store, because it's already been a classic. I think, you talk about the firepower from Marana going up against an injury-plagued Mountain View team, and it seems like the team with the most injuries has made the significant impact. It was just unfortunate right there at the end of the second quarter that they gave up the rush to QB1 Wood for the Tigers. But you gotta love the turnout here at Mountain View High School. I know we were supposed to be at Marana, and you had talked about that, the field getting flooded by a big storm. We were actually getting ready to go to their media day the night that it happened, and but I know here in the next week or two, or should be ready for the CDO game,
they're
right?
saying that the guys that are putting down the field right now are working night pretty much all the way up to as late as they can, and then they come back and they're just doing, like, they're putting in that overtime to make sure that next week's game is going to actually be there in Marana. And it's always hard because you want to come back and play on that new field. It's like, give me that new turf. And actually, they're telling me that they're using a different, instead of like the rubber base, they're using, I don't know if, like in Rio Rico, they use like a coconut husk. So I don't know how what different chemical is, and it's supposed to stay cooler.
Okay. Well, I do know, like, I was at the Coolidge and Benjamin Franklin game, and it just seemed like that heat from those rubber pellets would absorb it on the field. And I mean, even me in the stands, I could feel, just that humidity kicking me in the face. But yeah, every few years you see new technology coming out whenever it comes to, upgrades of fields, and a lot of teams are now going to that turf. Some like it, some don't.
Right.
But I think here in Arizona, you got to do what's best to keep your field conditioned, as we are underway for the third quarter. And we get a little bit of a fake reverse and an opening for the Mountain Lions, as that's number 2, Gavin Lindsay, who picks up a good run to the 30-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about the turf is that it's great for night games. But the hard part is and the one thing I will say is you get a lot more usage. Obviously, during practices, you can use it. Everything else, there's the pros and cons to both sides. But the hard part is in Southern Arizona, obviously Tucson, is to make sure.
So Lindsay's going to get the handoff, and those long jet sweeps, they just haven't been there all the time for Mountain View, as they pick up 2 on the play.
I think the only one that I've really seen that was the strong one was the one out of the end zone that he almost got.
The quarterback keeper there, yeah.
That was the one that really worked for him. Like I was saying about when we get back on that turf grass thing, is that it's nice when you have like someone who can manage the grass. If you don't have that, it's really not going to be beneficial.
So we got number 3, Gomez, in motion, as it's going to be a handoff. And that's going to be number 33.
Tackled by the Tigers, number 1, Desmond Roba.
So that'd be 33 Horrocks.
What an interesting name.
So we had
Being on the play, penalty flag on the field.
We had a penalty on the play. I don't know if I got the call there. I think I was looking down to get, we got offsides on the Tigers, so that's going to be still second down for Mountain View and a free 5 yards there as the receiver goes in motion, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper there as he got a little bit of room, and he's going down the sideline, going to stay in bounds, and we got a late penalty as that's number 17, Justin Hogan, on the carry, and it might be some added yards as I might have been a horse collar tackle.
I don't know if it was something like a horse collar or maybe even a face, but he pulled him over. So we'll see what the refs say. Yep, face mask.
So we got a face mask. So that's going to be an additional 15 yards after the run. So you got to like that if you're Mountain View. You know, you'll take the extra yards. And you talked about setting the tone here in the second half. And if they can punch it into the end zone, they definitely are going to have a lot of confidence for the remainder of this game, being deadlocked with Marana here. So a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line, as it's going to be a handoff to Horrocks, and it's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. And he just hasn't been able to get any openings yet. He'll get a good 4 to 5 yards here and there, but you got to love the Marana's defense, especially that front line, who's being able to make things tough for Horrocks here.
Well, and once again, like I was saying, when you're doing that empty back, that cover 0, all it takes is that breakthrough, like in a hole or anything like that. And it's almost like they keep going like, you know what, I'll keep trying, and then boom, they get that one and it's off to the races.
So Horrocks is going to pick up about 5 on the play. And it seems like those little read options where he's getting the ball, but at the same time, you got to always keep your eye on the quarterback, especially Justin Hogan, who's broken away for some big runs. And it seemed like Marana had their eyes on Hogan on that play and allowed Horrocks to pick up a nice little gain, as now we have a 3rd and 8.
It's almost like a wildcat back.
So we got a fumble on the play as it's a mishandle, and it's going to be recovered by number 1, Desmond Roebuck, and that's going to be a big turnover for Marana, and they get great field position at the 37-yard line, so a tough break for the Mountain Lions.
And that's where you see that youth in that quarterback, where all of a sudden it's the mishandles, or maybe the relationship between the center and the quarterback. You know, that chemistry hasn't been developed. So little things like that can set you back.
Well, and especially when you have your number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks out, you don't get a lot of reps, especially over the summer. You're thinking you're going to play at a different position, as Wood's able to complete a pass to number 0, Jackson Brown, for a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. But yeah, it's just the reps, the amount of reps that these quarterbacks are. Like we said, we've had 3 different quarterbacks in for Mountain View. And so, you know, they're calling on a lot of people, as Wood is going to find Roebuck, who's going to make a couple of moves and pick up 4 on the play. So it'll be about a 3rd and 2 for Marana. Now I'm waiting to see Wood be able to sling it downfield. That's the one thing I haven't seen yet, is him, you know, maybe have something short and have one receiver go long, because it's the little passes that have been working. But at the same time, you know, if you keep the defense honest, you might be able to set up something later on down in the drive. And Wood, he's going to find the open receiver. It's Roebuck who's going to take it across the 50 and be pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So another Marana first down, and they are driving.
I thought we were about to just see what you were talking about. And that was a little bit midfield, not necessarily the shallow passes, but.
So we got a run by the running back, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, as that's number 7, Andres Taylor.
Andres Taylor. No yards gained on the play. Second down.
And Taylor's going to jog off to the sideline, and back in is Elijah Luna for the Tigers.
I think Coach Stewart over at Marana loves those quick passes, loves that quick tempo, that air raid kind of offense. And if you even look, they don't really run the ball that often. It's not in his facade. And, I don't know if that's something that he brought from where he was playing college football over in Houston. He was actually played over there, and which put you right in that whole Louisiana thing with the tiger and all that kind of aspect. So just to have Coach Stewart here from that that atmosphere of Texas, Louisiana area of football, it's really kind of exciting to see what he's brought to the Southern Arizona area.
So on the incomplete pass, it's a 3rd and 9 for Marana, as Wood's going to look across the middle and find another open receiver, as that's going to be completed to number 0, Jackson Brown. The tackle being made by number 21, Tevin Manning. And you got another Marana first down, as they're looking to break things open here at the start of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to actually kind of happen is once you start you feel that separation between the scores. It's all of a sudden, it's like, especially.
And Wood's going to be hit on the pass, but he's still going to be able to complete the pass, as nobody can bring down the receiver, as that's going to be number 1, Roebuck, for a Marana touchdown. And just like that, Marana strikes off of the turnover. So with 6:52, it's now 27-14 Marana, and you got to believe that momentum is kind of shifting, especially with that turnover by Mountain View.
And also, what an awareness from Roebucks on that play. Because that pass, I don't know if that was initially intended to him. It did get kind of blocked on the arm from a defender. And it went, and he was alert. He got it, and then boom.
So the kick is up, and it's good. So now the lead is 14 for Marana, as it's 28-14 with 6:52 here in the 3rd quarter. And that has been the 2nd touchdown pass by Wood, who also rushed in for 1. So 3 total touchdowns for Wood. And of course, he's hitting multiple receivers this whole night, and you just got to see if Mountain View is going to be able to put on any pressure on him in the second half to kind of make things difficult for him.
Well, you can kind of see the sidelines for Mountain View kind of start getting a little deflated and almost deterrent. It's like I think that fumble situation that kind of sucked a little wind out of the sail from Mountain View at this point.
So you got Tyson back to kick the ball, as it's going to be Gavin Lindsay on the return. And he's going to get a nice return on the play, just shy of the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 28 for Mountain View.
You know what I have seen? I've seen a lot of strong intent from these runners, from the people who are getting the ball. They're running like they have somewhere to be. It's not like a gingerly run. You're seeing a lot of, hey, look, I'm ready to go kind of thing from both sides at this point in the game.
So 1st and 10, Damian Wallace is going to be in at quarterback. So constant rotation for the Mountain Lions at the quarterback position, as he's going to hand the ball off to Horrocks, who's going to get a big run up the middle and be dragged down at the 40-yard line. So some life still in Mountain View, as we talked about Horrocks, who hadn't been able to get that big run, and he starts things off great for the Mountain Lions here.
Like I said, once he gets that crack in that line and he sees the hole, he's through it. And once you get into that backfield, since they're playing so close up, you're chasing them rather than kind of tackling them.
So That's going to be Wallace right there on the run, who's going to get a good move on the quarterback keeper. As he's not afraid to lower that shoulder, is he?
Wow.
Well, we do have a penalty on the play.
That's
at the 32-yard line, so we have.
That was a high wake up.
Illegal hit on the line.
So an illegal hit on the Mountain Lions, which looks like it's going to push them back. Is that about 15 yards there, huh?
Yeah, and I think what the rule now is that if the defender isn't looking towards
the blind side,
right? Because like he was on the front side, but he was looking back at him while he was running up, so he just didn't see it.
So we do have a flag on the play as Horace is going to be dragged down for a loss of about 2 on the play. So let's see what the penalty is. And we have a false start on the Mountain Lions. So that's going to push them back. And it's just been these costly penalties that have hurt the Mountain Lions here in the third, which we saw the same thing from Marana in the first half. Now seems to be passed on to the Mountain Lions. And those are the things that kind of, like you were talking about, sucks the wind out of a team, especially with a great run by Horrocks. And then you get a good run by Wallace there on the quarterback keeper just to get pushed back. So we have a second and about 17. As Wallace is going to be brought down by number 56, Hayden Utley. And it has to be hard not having a passing game for the Mountain Lions to try to at least keep the defense honest about what you can and can't do. I know they had a great pass earlier in the second quarter to Jaden Rivera that went for a touchdown. You know, I would want to see if they are able to do that, as you got the quarterback who's going to keep it again, as that's Wallace who's going to pick up a good chunk of yardage, and now it's going to be a 4th down for the Mountain Lions as the punting unit looks like it's going to be coming onto the field.
Number 24, Dominic Olivas, and number 58, Cameron McKay. 5-yard gain on the play. 4th down, Mountain Lions.
So Rivera's going to be back to punt. And you know Roebuck is back there waiting for his opportunity to return the ball, as it's going to take a Mountain Lions bounce, and it's going to be downed at the 1-yard line. So you got to love that if you're the Mountain Lions to pin Marana deep.
Well, we got to say, the special teams have actually done really well for Mountain View. This isn't the first time they've been pinned down inside the 5. I mean, obviously going into the half there, they pinned them down, and you know, obviously Marana was able to kind of march down the field a little bit there. But, like, what a perfect punt.
Rivera has been punting the ball really well tonight. And now you got, if you're Mountain View, this is where you got to bring the pressure a little bit, especially having Marana pinned deep. So we'll see what Marana comes out, and they'll run the ball up the middle. We'll get, and that's Elijah Luna on the run, and he's coming up a little gingerly, as it looks like he's going to jog off the field.
He's hobbling.
And number 7, Andres Taylor is going to return for the Tigers. So we got a 4 wide receiver set, as it looks like the Mountain Lions linebackers are getting up to the line. We'll see if we get any pressure up the middle, as Wood's going to keep it himself and pick up enough for a Tigers first down, as he takes the ball down to the 18-yard line, as we are under 4 minutes here in the third quarter. So the Mountain Lions definitely have to look for a turnover here on that this drive to try to get some momentum back here. So we got 3 wide receivers to the left as Salito is going to come in motion, and it's going to be a pass to the outside for Marana, as that looks like it's Roebuck who's going to cut back all the way to the other side of the field and maybe pick up 2 on the play. And that was a tackle made by number 7, Mimbe.
Mimbe actually chased him from across the field, it looks.
And those are the things that we always wondered, you know, about certain wide receivers cutting all the way back, especially up the field. You know, you want to go forward, you want to go north and south and try to get as many yards as you can. And even though the agility of Roebuck is very impressive, at that time it did not help out his team there. But they do pick up a good chunk of yards, as it's going to be a 3rd and about 2 with 2:45 as we got a timeout in the action. And we'll be back for the remainder of the 3rd.
ScoreStream brings the excitement of high school sports directly to your phone and computer. Join our fan-driven network where you can score games, cheer with other fans, and share your favorite photos and videos from every game. Create epic highlights and help your favorite team be seen on local and national media. Become a super fan and have an incredible season with ScoreStream.
Hey, you. We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos.
Yep. All right, so we are back with a 3rd and short, 2:45 left here in the 3rd, as Marana is looking to continue this drive. And we'll see if they have enough for a first down. It looks like he's a little bit short, as that was number 34, Jacob Perez, on the run. And Coach Stewart has shown he's not afraid to go for it on 4th down. Had a couple of drives in the 1st quarter where he went for it, came up successful. Let's see if he's going to do the same here as the offense stays on the field.
Yeah, I think he stays. I mean, he goes for it. Just you got a 14-point advantage right now. You're in the 3rd. Granted, there's still a lot of time. I just think Marana is just one of those teams that just go.
Put the gas on the pedal and just keep going, huh?
Don't take it off.
So you'll have a 4 wide receiver set, empty backfield, as Wood's going to drop back, and it's going to be intercepted by the Mountain Lions. And we talked about the turnover, as that is number 40, Diego Pedroza, on the play. And we have just been talking about that. Mountain View needed something to get Marana and get them off the field and get that momentum back. And what a play by the defensive lineman there. And now Mountain View has some great field position with 1:50 left in the 3rd. As they're going to get the ball inside the red zone.
We actually talked about it last night, right? Get your hands up.
Get your hands up. If you can't get to the quarterback, get those hands up, and it's paid off. As you got Horrocks, who's going to break away for a Mountain Lions touchdown. And what a turn of events. The turnover by the Mountain Lions defense turns into 6. As now the lead is cut down 28-20. As Mountain View turns the table and is able to get some momentum here as we get ready to close out the 3rd quarter. So we have a flag on the play as we got an offsides on Marana. So we'll see another attempt on the field goal. But what a turn of events here. And you see that turnover and touchdown has brought the crowd right back into it. The Mountain Lions are getting excited there on the play as the extra point is up and good. And so now it's a 7-point lead for Marana with 1:44 left in the third. And we have ourselves a ball game here for that battle of the boot.
I think we've had a ball game.
Well, I was nervous at first, for Mountain View. You get a good drive going. You have the unfortunate turnover. Marana drives down and scores. And then you give them the ball back again after you punt it to them. But a great turnover by that defense.
Well, it just goes to show Mountain View they're not giving up. They're not giving up. Like, let me take this.
So as you can see, the camera is getting a little bit shaky right there from the excitement of the fans here. As you got Rivera, who's going to kick it back into the end zone. And Marana will start 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. But like I said, that turn of events has brought life back into the Mountain View sideline, into the fans here. Well, and I mean, I don't think there's an empty seat out here. You got people standing all over the fence line here. So a great game. If you weren't able to make it to this game, I mean, you have definitely missed a lot of excitement. Hopefully you're enjoying the show here, as we've had to bring it recorded this time with the internet going out. But Wood's going to start things going, and he's going to hit Robux, and he's going to be tackled down by a gang of tacklers, as that's number 7 and number 9 for Mountain View, as that's Mimbe and Rodriguez Martinez on the tackle. So a lot of gang tackling going on for Mountain View, and you have to do that with somebody like Roebuck, who can get away from you really quickly.
He's just a talented kid, man.
So it's going to be another pass by Woods, and it's going to be a good gain on the play, but we have a fumble, and it's going to be a turnover as Mountain View is going to get the ball back. And with 1 minute left, the crowd is going crazy. The excitement is on the Mountain View side, as you talked about how the receivers have been carrying the ball tonight, and I know Robux was trying to make the juke move, but carried the ball a little bit loosely, and it happened to get knocked out there.
I mean, they say it all the time, put it in the bread basket. I mean, you don't want to lose this. I mean, you go over those drills and camps and everything else. It's like, switch the ball over this arm, make sure it's like that. And you got to take care of the ball. It's the most important thing on the field right now.
So with 54 seconds left, Mountain View has the momentum. Let's see if they can get another score before the end of the quarter. But 2 big turnovers for the Mountain View defense. And it has given their offense some great field position. So let's see if Nicholas Horrocks can get another big gain and punch it into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Mountain Lions.
Looks like
they added more time to the clock, as it's 1:03 now, as it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, and it's going to be a nice gain of about 5 yards on the play, as that is Wallace.
Yeah, they need to get the speed going here up on. I mean, you only got to, it's still going into the 4th quarter, but if they want to get another playoff before the clock runs out here.
So we are under 35 seconds, and, you know, they're taking their time there. And I think with the momentum on their side, they don't have to be in a rush to score. You know, they can take that momentum into the fourth quarter as they already have great field position. Let's just hope that there's no penalties, as we're going to get a timeout from the Mountain Lions with 20.4. So we will be back after the break.
Do you have a football player that's afraid of getting hit? How about a baseball player that's in a slump? Or how about just wanting to tweak your golf game just a little bit more? At Hypnosis Works LLC, we've been helping athletes overcome obstacles and tweak their focus for the last 8 years. Call us now for your free consultation, 520-465-7457.
Hey, you. We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
All right, with 20.4 seconds here in the third, Mountain View with the ball on the 20-yard line as it's a 2nd and 5. You got a receiver in motion there, and it's going to be Horrocks with the carry, and he's going to come up about 2 yards shy of the first down. And we'll see if that is the last play here in the quarter. But what we thought was going to be a breakaway third quarter for Mountain View, 2 costly turnovers has changed the course of events, as now Mountain View has cut the lead down to 7.
Well, and I think especially now that you're in the red zone, you want to be super, cautious of the ball. I mean, they're right there. They don't want to really lose anything. Just keep going. Simple things at this point. And now that actually we do have a moment here, let's go ahead and talk about some of the sponsors that are helping us out here. And I'll start off with Game Time Recruiting and Consultant. One of the big guys who actually gets a lot of kids out of Southern Arizona out to colleges. Make sure you check him out online.
And then we got Get It In Apparel. We have our players of the game that are sponsored by Get It In Apparel, who have been doing big things here, not only in Arizona, but across the nation as well.
Also, Pop Studios for always helping us out with any kind of local shows that we're doing.
And ScoreStream, our go-to place to keep you updated with scores across the state of Arizona. As now we are ready to start the fourth quarter, and it's going to be a 3rd and 3 for Mountain View, and they're going to look to try to tie up this ball game and make things a little bit tougher for Marana.
And actually, if you look at it too, if Marana were to pull off this game, it actually puts a lot of punch in the southern region, because the southern region is actually one of the weaker regions, actually, if you look at the bigger plot of everything, right?
And you have Wallace, who's trying to find Rivera for the open pass, and a little bit of creativity there from Mountain View. That's, I believe, their 2nd attempt at a pass here in the game.
Well, and actually, that was the same play that they had that success with earlier in the game, where they kind of rolled out and did that little quick dump because everybody's coming forward because they think they're running all the time.
So on this 4th down, we'll see what they decide to do, as it's handed off to number 7, Minbe, on the run, and he's going to have enough for a Mountain Lions first down, as now they are inside the 10-yard line. And what a great play from the Mountain Lions. That definitely could have changed the momentum into Marana's favor if they're unable to pick that up. But now the pressure is starting to build. And like you said before the end of the third quarter, take your time. You don't want to make some simple mistakes that is going to hurt your field position here. So we got a handoff, and that's going to be Minbe again on the carry, as he's going to be brought down at the 2-yard line, maybe the 3-yard line. So Mountain View is on the doorsteps, and they are knocking, ready to punch the ball into the end zone.
I bet you anything those front 5 are going to push with all their might right now.
So shotgun formation as Wallace is going to have a quarterback keeper, and he's going to break a tackle and get in the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain Lions by number 11, Damian Wallace on the quarterback keeper. And now we are 1 point away from a tie ball game with 10:53 here in the fourth quarter. And the battle of the boot can go to anybody now.
Right? It's like, I wonder if you're going to save your ticket. Save your ticket from this game. Oh.
And so the extra point is no good on there. As now, that was a big miss there.
Big miss.
As now Mountain View still trails
now, I don't
by
know if,
1.
I don't know if it was a bad snap or a bad set, because like there was something going on and almost looked like maybe even the kicker got kind of caught up on the turf, and it just kind of shot right into the back of the pile. But either way, it's a miss, and it's an unfortunate event to happen, especially it could have been tied. Maybe this will come back and haunt them. We don't know, but
we still got a lot of ball game left here in the fourth quarter. We got 10:53, and we got number 9, Rodriguez Martinez, back to kick for Mountain View, as it looks like it's Roebuck who's gonna try to field it, and he lets it bounce in front of him, and he's gonna get maybe to the 21-yard line. So that's a scary situation as the ball bounced away from him towards Mountain View, and he was able to still fall on it. So a great break for Marana.
Yeah, I mean, just it's literally right at his footstep. It's like boink.
So we'll see how aggressive Marana comes out here in this fourth quarter, as they're going to start off with 1 running back in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left. And Wood is going to drop back, and he's going to find Roebuck across the middle, who's going to make a couple of moves. And he's going to pick up 8 on the play. So a good gain for Roebuck, and what a way to get your confidence back after having a fumble on the last possession.
Once again, though, but that initial contact, you saw that hand with the football kind of come out, and it's, you kind of want to protect that ball.
So Wood's going to find another open receiver, as he's going to find Roebuck again for a Tigers first down.
They can move the ball when they want to move the ball, I'll tell you that much.
And will it take another Mountain View defensive stop, maybe another turnover, to give their offense another chance to possibly take the lead here, as it's going to be a big run by the running back for Mountain View, and that's going to be number 7, Andres Taylor, as now Marana is across the 50-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10, Tigers at the 43-yard line.
I've seen a lot of good open field tackling this game. So, I mean, that's a nice thing that, hey, coach, give you a heads up. Great tackling on both sides of the game.
So 34 is going to get the carry for Marana, as that's going to be Jacob Perez, and he's going to pick up maybe 1 or 2 on the play, as the tackle is going to be made by number 40, Diego Pedroza. So the Mountain Lions will come with 3 receivers to the left. And let's see if Wood is going to hit his favorite target, as the ball is going to sail over the intended receiver, number 6, Salido, on the play. So a 3rd and about 8 for Marana on this drive. And if you're Marana, you don't pick up the first down here, you're still across the 50. If you don't pick up another yard here, would you still see Coach Stewart possibly be aggressive or maybe try to pin Mountain View inside their own goal line?
With the running game from Mountain View and it happened to come through and only getting lucky every now and then with some of these opening and gaps, I would probably try to kick it in and kind of pin them deep.
So Wood is going to find another open receiver as that's number 6, Salido, who's going to have enough for a first down as now Marana will be at the Mountain Lions 29-yard line. So they are driving with 8:50 left here in the ball game as you got 34 Jacob Perez on the run, and he's going to pick up 2 on the game.
And I think it's good for Marana to do a run here. Whether they get a lot of success out of it or not, it's always good to say, hey, it's still here in our back pocket.
So 2nd and 8 on the play, and Perez is going to get the handoff again and pick up maybe another 3 on the gain, as it will be a 3rd and 3, maybe a 3rd and 4 for the Tigers.
You know, that's a real unorthodox Stewart, when Coach Phillips moved, like Stewart, sorry about that, like to run back to back, but then again, they're also eating a lot of this clock.
Absolutely. And even if they punch it into the end zone, it still only gives them a 13-point lead, or a 8-point lead. So you want to eat up as much clock as you can in case Mountain View is able to drive down and answer the call, as Salido's going to get the reception, and he will have enough for a Tigers first down, as we are under 7:35 left in the ball game, and Mountain View has a 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. So you got another 3 wide receivers to the right, as Roebuck's going to get the pass from Wood, and he's going to pick up about 3 on the play as he's dragged down by a couple of defenders. But it's just like you said, those little passes have been working so well for Marana, and it doesn't seem like they're trying to change things up, maybe adding a little bit of run on the plays, but it's still milking a lot of clock.
Seems to be like their bread and butter, just go to this quick little.
Well, they have some talented receivers who can run after the catch, as it's going to be a pass is going to be completed to Jalen Collins. And he's going to be tackled by number 4, Fernando Aguilar. And it's going to bring up a Tigers 3rd down with 4 to go on the play. So this could be a big possession here, a big down for either team, as now the Tigers have 3 wide receivers to the left, and it's going to be a run up the middle by number 34, Jacob Perez, who's going to be stopped maybe for a gain of 2 on the play, and it's going to bring up a Marana 4th down with under 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. So a big play here if you're Marana and trying to get the stop. So here we go. This can be a big play in the ball game. 3 receivers to the left, running back to the left, as Perez is going to get the faked handoff, and it's going to be completed to Roebucks, who's going to drop the ball, but they're going to say he hit the ground first, and it's going to be enough for a Tigers first down, as now we are inside the 5-yard line. So a big play on that 4th down, as the clock is ticking just under 5 minutes here. And Perez is going to get the handoff, and it's going to be enough for a Tigers touchdown, as now the lead extends to 7 with exactly 5 minutes left here in the ball game. But Mountain View still has life on in this game, as they are just down 7. And the kick is up, and it is good. So an 8-point lead now for the Tigers with 5 minutes left here in the ball game, as Mountain View is not only going to need to drive down the length of the field, but also pick up a 2-point conversion. So what do you think? 5 minutes left in the ball game.
I think this is it's the big punch in the gut. You could have, if you would have had the extra point, that would have helped a lot. I mean, now it's like, okay, we can still do it. We can make it and go for that 2-point conversion and still be in this game completely. But it just makes things a little bit more harder, and hopefully the momentum comes back. I mean, to watch them go all the way down the field pretty much like they just did, it's
a tough order to ask, but you know what? Their offense has been gelling these last 2 drives. Granted, they did have great field position. But let's see what the return is, as we got a fake reverse, and Lindsey is going to get a good return on the play, as he's still going and is going to take the ball across the 40-yard line. And I don't see any flags on the play, as that's what you want if you're Mountain View.
You can't
complain on that return.
No, absolutely not. And that's the thing that you want out of your special teams. Get that ball, make the most out of that moment, and by all means, get us back into this game. Get us the opportunity to get down the field and score and show them what we can actually do here.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line for the Mountain Lions with 4:48 and with just under 5 minutes left. I mean, it's been a great ball game. We talked about the Get It In apparel player of the game. Who on the Mountain View side have you gotten your eye on?
Well, I'm going to go with my running back, number 33. I know you've been saying his name for me all night long. So.
And that's going to be Nicholas Horrocks for the Mountain Lions. As we're going to get, and he just got the ball again. So he's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play. And for me, on the Marana side, as we pick a player from each team, nobody goes unnoticed out here, whether you win or you lose. And for me, it has to be number 5, Jason Wood. That awareness in the pocket, getting the ball out quickly and allowing his receivers to make some plays for him. He's been having a great night, as now you're going to see the quarterback keep the ball on the play, as that's going to be number 17, Justin Holgan. And I think he might have had a receiver open downfield, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 on the play. So 3rd and 9, we got 2 receivers to the left, 1 running back in the backfield. And we'll see, we got a penalty on the play, and that's going to be an offsides on Marana. So a big 5 yards for the Mountain Lions, as now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4, and it makes it a little bit easier to try to keep your drive alive if you're Mountain View. So on the 3rd down, it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, and Hogan is going to break away for a Mountain View touchdown. And just like that, Mountain View has struck again with 3:26 left in the ball game. And that is the 3rd rushing touchdown by Hogan.
And I see, once again, I think we go back to that defensive setup where they got that empty background. And like I keep saying, if he gets that open, that seam cracks open, it's off to the run and they got to chase him down because there's nobody in the backfield.
And so that trims the lead down to 2 for Marana, but you have a big 2-point conversion coming up here for the Mountain Lions. And we'll see what the play call is, as it's going to be handed off. And we'll see what the call is. And it's going to be a 2-point conversion for the Mountain Lions, as that is number 3. Diego Gomez on the play. So we are all tied at 35 with 3:26 left here in the ball game. And what a battle for the boot this has been. And we are still not done yet.
This is one of those games I wish we really were live right now, and I apologize to everybody for that.
So with 3:26 left in the ball game, Marana does still have all 3 timeouts. And it's going to be a muffed return by Roebuck, who's had trouble here in the second half getting the ball on the kickoff returns. And so it's just another unfortunate play right there by Roebuck, who has already a couple of turnovers in the ball game. But at least Marana is still able to keep possession of the ball, and they are going to have to go about 78 yards to try to get in range to pick up another touchdown, as we have 3:22 left here in the ball game. So we got 1 running back in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right, as Wood's going to drop back, and he's going to scramble, and he's going to pick up a good gain and run the ball out at about the 30-yard line, and going to be 1 yard short of a Tigers first down.
There's just so many weapons on the field that, like, you got the defense going around looking to block everybody, and it's just like, I missed that, you know?
So it will be a 2nd and 2 at Marana's 30-yard line, as now the pass is going to be thrown to Roebuck, who's going to get enough for a Tigers first down just shy of the 40, the 38 to be exact, with 3:09 left in the ball game. And once that ball is set, the clock is going to still roll, as now we are under 3 minutes left here, and Marana still has all 3 timeouts. So Wood's gonna make a pass, and he's gonna complete the pass to number 4, Jalen Collins, who's gonna pick up a couple on the play.
Now in high school football, I think you just take the tie, right?
No, you go into overtime. It's like college football rules. Each team gets a possession, except for in college it's at the 20 or 25-yard line, where here it will be at the 10. So a little bit closer. And if this game goes into overtime, the way these offenses have been playing, we might be here a while.
Right.
So we got 3 receivers to the left with 2:10 left in the ball game, as we got number 7, Andres Taylor, in the backfield. And he's going to go in motion, as Wood's going to drop back. And he's going to throw an interception, as that is intercepted by number 21, Tevin Manning, for the Mountain View Mountain Lions. With 1:55 left in the ball game. And when you've needed that defense to make a play, they have been here tonight. And Wood has been so good tonight, just late here in that game. His first mistake of the evening. And we'll see if it's costly for the Marana Tigers. So we'll have number 11, Damian Wallace, coming in at quarterback, with Horace in the backfield. You got a motion from the receiver as Horrocks is going to get the handoff, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up one with 1:45 remaining, and the clock is running as Mountain View only has one timeout in the ball game.
You got to believe that that sideline is on sky high heaven right now.
And it was so scary when the interception happened, because you had Manning who dropped the ball on there, as that's going to be another run by Wallace there. And it's going to be a 3-yard gain on the play. So a big 3rd and 7 with 1:10 in the ball game. And you got to ask yourself, if you get in range, do you try to kick it for the win? But first, let's see what Mountain View does on this 3rd down. As now we are under 55 seconds with the clock continuously running. We got a receiver in motion, as it's going to be a handoff to number 2, Gavin Lindsay, and he's going to pick up maybe a couple more on the play, as Marana's going to take a timeout with 44.4 seconds here in the ball game.
What an exciting game.
And you got a big 4th down for Mountain View with about 6 yards to go. Do you take the chance and try to go for it?
I don't know. I'm sorry for my pause on that. That's a, you ain't got the leg. I don't think he's got the leg to kick that far. That's far.
No, I'm not talking about a field goal. I'm just talking about trying to get the 1st down and keep the possession. Or do you try to pin Marana back in their own end zone? But we saw that happen earlier in the game, and Marana was still able to come down and drive on some big plays.
I'm going for it because right now I'm trusting Mountain View's defense. They have been on it. I think they deserve it. Stay on the sideline, guys, just for one more play.
All right, so the offense will stay on the field as Mountain View is going to go for it, as Wallace will be in the backfield, and it looks like Horrocks, number 33, who's had some big runs on in this 4th quarter. We'll see what the play call is, as you got a receiver in motion again, and a botched snap, as you got Wallace, who's going to get a big run. And is that enough for a 1st down?
Well, I think we got a foul on a face mask.
And you got a flag on the play. You're correct. So we will see what the call is. This will be a big call, as you got a personal foul, face mask on Marana. So a 15-yard gain. And a big penalty here late in the ball game, as that's going to be, and did he pick up the 1st down? I thought he might have been short. So either way it goes, 15 yards for Mountain View, as now they have a 1st and 10 with 37.7 seconds left, and they are at the 15-yard line. And you can hear the crowd over here on the Mountain View side. They are getting loud for their Mountain Lions. So 1st and 10, you got a receiver in motion, as Horrocks is going to find an opening, and he's going to go in for a Mountain Lions touchdown. And for the first time in this 4th quarter, Mountain View has now taken the lead 41-35. And what some amazing play calls here from the Mountain View coaching staff, as this game has been everything that has been advertised when it comes to the Battle of the Boot. And the field goal is up and good. So now we have Mountain View 42, Marana 35, with 30.9 seconds left in the ball game, and we'll keep things right here for these last 30 seconds. As Mountain View is just under 31 seconds away from reclaiming the boot to keep right here at Mountain View High School.
Been a while, right?
And we know Roebuck is still dangerous back there. I know he's had a couple of kicks that haven't gone his way, so let's see if he's able to get the ball into his hands as it takes a bounce, and Roebuck is gonna get a good return, and he's gonna get almost to just exactly at the 50 with 25.3 seconds left, and there is still life in Marana.
And you said it, like, give him just that moment, that opportunity, and it'll come back and get you.
And we have a big holding call against Marana, so we'll see where they start the possession here. As the penalty occurred at about the 43-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Marana at the 33-yard line with 25.3 seconds left. And we talked about earlier in the game, you have not seen Marana really drive the ball downfield with some big passes, but now we're going to see what QB1 Jason Wood, what he can do. We talked about the awareness, we talked about the composure. How do you bounce back after throwing an interception on your last drive?
Well, with Marana having 2 timeouts, I'm still probably going to do one of those quick passes, because the whole thing on those quick passes, like, tackle me in open field. See if you got it. But it's got such a high percentage of catching them that you almost want to, you know what, I'll take the risk. But if you catch the ball, you got to be smart and realize if you're going down, hey, go down, get the timeout, let's reset.
Remember, after each first down, the clock does stop until the ball is spotted. So after the timeout from Mountain View, we have 25.3 seconds here left in the battle of the boot, as Marana is going to try to do the unthinkable and try to tie up this ball game and drive 70 yards downfield, as Roebuck is going to break a couple of tackles, and he's going to get to the 40-yard line as the clock is ticking, and we're going to get a timeout from Marana. So we'll see how much time they add back on the clock, because as of right now we have 12.4. So Marana will have 1 timeout left in the ball game, and we'll see how much time goes off of this clock. You have to get the ball downfield. You still need 60 yards to get into the end zone. Now, is this where you see if Jason Wood can sling the ball downfield and see how far he can throw that football?
I think you still got to go kind of with a shallow, because the percentages drop.
So Wood's going to drop back, and he's going to throw the ball downfield and overshoot his receiver intended for number 4, Jalen Collins, with 6.8 seconds left in the ball game, as now it's a 3rd and 3.
But you see what I'm saying, the percentages drop, because now you really got to drop that dime, put it right in there for him. And you have now crossing over typically, because they're playing the cover 2. They have 2 guys dropping back, coming over, and you know you're going to team up on Desmond anyways.
So with 6.8 seconds left, let's see what kind of play Coach Stewart dials up for the Tigers, as you have 3 receivers to the left now, and this may be the ball game. Wood is going to drop back. He's going to get pressured, and he's going to be brought down with 0.5 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if they have any more time. As that is gonna do it for us, as the Mountain Lions do the unthinkable and reclaim the boot. What a great battle here tonight as Mountain View knocks off Marana 42-35. And what a ball game, Chris. I know you have to be excited.
Oh, man.
Covering Southern Arizona here. What a game. You know, this wasn't something we were expecting coming into this game, but what are your final thoughts on the game?
I think they just shook up Southern Arizona 5A football.
And as you can see, the boot is heading towards the Mountain View sideline. What a great ending to this ball game. When you thought Marana had things going their way, a couple of turnovers in the second half gave Mountain View life, and they took advantage of it, especially the late interception by quarterback Jason Wood, and that was enough for Mountain View to reclaim the boot. As you can see, not only the players, but the cheerleaders are all celebrating, and what a great, hard-fought victory for the Mountain View Mountain Lions. As now, if you can believe it or not, that is their first win on the season, and what a great feeling it must be, not only for your first win, but also gaining the bragging rights here in Marana Unified School District. So that is gonna do it for us here at the SoAZVB Network, where your final score is Mountain View 42, Marana 35, and we'll see you next week down at Santan Foothills to see Push Ridge take on the SaberCats.